This is Valley News Live at 4.
Welcome to Valley News Live at 4. Taking a look at our Skycam, things are looking a little bit clear. And even though it's only Wednesday, we want to talk about some weather that will be happening next week. So let's get over to First Alert Storm Team forecaster Summer Schnellbach with the very latest. Summer.
Thanks so much, Bobby, and good afternoon, everyone. Thanks for joining us. We've gone ahead and declared first alert weather days for Tuesday and Wednesday of this upcoming week. We're monitoring the potential for a winter storm. Here's what we know. Timing right now is looking to be Tuesday into Wednesday for the brunt of the impacts. Possible winter storm setting up. The timing and the track may still shift as it is about a week away, but the current target headed towards the Dakotas, Minnesota, could bring some heavy snow and some strong gusty winds. Now let's talk about the cold. It was a frigid morning this morning. In fact, Crosby, North Dakota, a morning low of 36 degrees below zero. That was the lowest temperature across the lower 48 this morning right here in our beautifully cold state. Here's a snapshot of some of the coldest morning low temperatures. 33 degrees below zero in Langdon this morning, 31 below in Candu, 27 below zero in Hallock. So we were off to a mighty cold start, and we've been on the cold side all day long. Still many folks below zero. 11 below still in Hallock, 8 below in Roseau, 6 below in Grand Forks. We're now at 5 below here in Fargo, 5 above in Detroit Lakes. And we don't have a lot of wind, but wind chill feels like 26 below right now in both Hallock and in Langdon. Nice clear skies across the tri-state region, but Bobby, coming up, we're going to take a closer look at that potentially impactful winter storm that looks to be brewing and headed our way for next week.
Yeah, definitely going to have a lot to go over. Summer, thank you so much. Well, new at 4, North Dakota Governor Doug Burgum unveiled a proposed $18.4 billion budget. It's the largest budget proposed by a governor in state history. Now, the amount spending is more than 3% and includes $3 billion in infrastructure funding and increases workforce development funding and public employee salaries. Burgum is also estimating that the state has more than 35,000 vacant jobs, and its lack of oil workers has hamstrung production in the state. Now, the increase in the current budget largely reflects an additional $2 billion the state received in federal coronavirus aid. Burgum is proposing the general fund spending at $5.86 billion, up from $5 billion in the current budget. The general fund portion of the budget is spent on an assortment of programs, including education and human services. Well, we're expected to learn more today about an armed bank robbery in Bemidji, Minnesota. Now, police say a man is in jail suspected of the holdup yesterday afternoon at a Wells Fargo branch office. There was no word from police yet on the suspect's identity. However, 43-year-old Jesse Robert Knight was booked into the Beltrami County Jail late last night on felony aggravated robbery. We will continue to follow this developing story throughout the night. Check for the latest information on your VNL News app. A North Dakota man will spend 6 decades behind bars after being convicted of sexually abusing children. 63-year-old Dwayne Garrard, senior of Carlish, North Dakota, was sentenced to serve 60 years in federal prison for 8 counts of sexual exploitation of minors. The judge called Garrard a parent's worst nightmare and one of the worst cases he has seen on the bench. This case was investigated after it was reported that Garrard had been repeatedly sexually abusing 2 children. Law enforcement also found images and videos of the abuse. Several family members provided statements during the sentencing expressing the impact the sexual abuse has had on the children and their families. The vehicle of a murder victim in Moorhead has been recovered in Wahpeton. The black Honda Pilot was found today on the property of Masonite International. The vehicle is being sent to the Minnesota Bureau of Apprehension, and police are continuing to ask the public in the Breckenridge and Wahpeton area to check their property if there is anything suspicious. And authorities are investigating a death after a house fire near Thief River Falls. The Pennington County Sheriff's Office says the fire department was called to a house fire just south of Thief River Falls early this morning. When crews put out the flames, they found a woman's body inside. Now, her name is not being released until family is notified. No one else was hurt. Well, CBS News is projecting Democrat Raphael Warnock has won the Georgia Senate runoff race against Republican Herschel Walker. Nicole D'Antonio has more on what the victory means for Democrats and Republicans moving forward.
And it is a
Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer celebrated Democratic Senator Raphael Warnock's narrow victory over Republican challenger Herschel Walker. The win gives Democrats a bit of breathing room in the Senate.
51, a slim majority. That is great.
The Senate has been divided 50-50 for the past 2 years, making it harder for President Biden to get his legislation and judicial nominees through Congress. The new edge will give Democrats a majority in all Senate committees versus an even split. It also means Vice President Kamala Harris won't be needed for so many tie-breaking votes. And it dilutes the power of moderate Democratic senators who are often holdouts on key legislation.
Joe Manchin and Kyrsten Sinema are great members of our caucus. They're very valuable. They don't always agree with us on certain issues, but they are tremendous contributors to our caucus, and we'll continue to work with them.
Walker's loss is the latest in a string of blows for Senate Republicans, left asking what went wrong in their quest to flip the upper chamber from blue to red.
We got to look at everything that happened and evaluate it.
Republican senators refuse to blame the losses on former President Trump's hand-picked candidates, pointing to other issues like lacking a clear message and coming up short in early voting.
We were outmaneuvered in Arizona, Nevada, and Pennsylvania because they found movable voters and got them there to vote.
The GOP may have a better chance to win the Senate in 2024 when Democrats have to defend twice as many seats as Republicans. Nicole D'Antonio, CBS News, Capitol Hill.
Of the 34 seats up for re-election in 2024, Democrats will have to hold onto 23 seats to keep their majority. That includes the aforementioned Senator Manchin and Sinema, both of whom will face tough re-election battles. Well, coming up on Valley News Live at 6 o'clock, it is the third part of the three-part series by reporter Erica Craven. When law enforcement uses lethal force, public scrutiny can follow, and an internal investigation is carried out to determine whether that force was justified. Erica takes the same tactical training as officers in order to get the police perspective on lethal encounters. More help is coming to the Great Plains Food Bank in order to help them feed hungry children and families this holiday season. The food bank received a $100,000 grant from the Otto Bremer Trust. Now, as of right now, food donations to the Great Plains Food Bank have reached their lowest point since 2018. Great Plains Food Bank serves as North Dakota's only food bank. Officials said that they expected to have a 1 million distribution shortfall, which can equal to 800,000 fewer meals available. Since 2010, more than $800,000 in grants has been awarded to the food bank. Well, it's shaping up to be a good season for air travel throughout North Dakota. According to the Aeronautics Commission, North Dakota's 8 commercial service airports posted a total of over 94,000 boardings in October. That's a 9% increase from what the state experienced 1 year ago back in October. So far, Fargo has seen just under a 2% increase from the amount of flyers coming through since last year, and Grand Forks has seen a 20% increase. Well, snow means snowmobilers are out, and Grand Forks police want to remind snowmobile drivers to use caution while out on their routes. They are also encouraging the community, if you see a driver driving recklessly, to call it in right away and use their main number 787-8000. Well, one woman in Grand Forks is facing a tough reality, terminal cancer, but it hasn't been doom and gloom for 42-year-old Shanna Furdon, who got one of the biggest surprises of her life during Thanksgiving. She's going to become a grandmother, and Valley News Live's Erin Walling got to speak with her, and she shared what it will mean to hold her grandchild.
It will be the greatest moment of my life, aside from holding my own children, because I held them, and I want to be able to hold their babies.
And stay with Valley News Live later, as tonight at 6 o'clock we'll hear more from her and this surprise of a lifetime.